Hi loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Yariza. You warmly welcome. If it's your first time seeing me on your screen, this is your sign. Do so what to hit the subscribe button. You are warmly welcome once again, and to my OG subscribers, thank you guys for always coming around and staying with me up until now. Fast forward into today's video. You and I want us to talk about something very real and important. It's basically about moving into a new apartment and how difficult that process could be, especially here in Africa, more specifically in Ghana. If you've ever been on a house hunting before, surely you probably have a fair idea about how this goes. We all know it's not just about finding the nicest place of all. It is very stressful, expensive, emotionally draining, and sometimes even discouraging. So in this video, I really want to share my honest experience, the good side in living alone, the stress it took to get here, and most importantly, practical ways you can maneuver your way through house hunting processes without losing your peace of mind or your money. So first of all, hear me out. Let's look at the good side of living alone. One of the basics we all know, or what we've been yearning for, is freedom. The freedom, I mean, you have to do everything at your own time, at your own pace. There is no restrictions. You are bound to do whatever you want at any point in time. Of course, with a plus on the report card, it comes with a personal space and peace of mind. You have all the space to yourself, where to put things, where to organize stuff. There's no anti-care, there's no siblings, there's no kid running around, there's no one interrupting you with music or a radio. That peace that it comes along with, you are going to have it at this moment when you are living alone. Now, here's another goodie that comes along when you start to live alone. Your creativity level increases. At this point, your mind is full up. You are trying ways and means to live in a comfortable space, trying to live your pain, interest, or dream. So this is where your brain is fully used and utilized. Now, your mind and your strength need to work hand in hand, because you need to put things in order, make things appear nice, pleasant to your taste and satisfaction. Sometimes let others know this is what my home looks like. All the creativity you share it out to. So that's another goodie that comes with living alone. And one good thing here is when you're living alone, it also brings out growth. You tend to learn more, unlearn certain things. You become responsible as well. At this point, there's no mom, there's no dad, there's no sibling. You can't account anybody for your actions. You become solely responsible. And that is a good thing to me as well, because when you're responsible, it makes you learn how to be dependent and, be secure and mindfully matured in how to tackle things around you. And of course, independence, like I said earlier on. Your mind is going to build in such a way that if I don't do this, nobody's going to do it. Let me just get up, prepare something for myself, get up, prepare ahead of time, get up, do this and that. So that is a sign of independency when you tend to accomplish everything you have in mind in that particular day. Mom is not going to iron your clothes for you. Mom is not going to schedule what you're going to eat. Mom is not going to clean up your space for you. No one is around. So you are taking full soul responsibility and gradually turning into an independent candidate. So yeah, that is a good sign too as well. That comes with living alone. Aside all the goodness, one other good thing you get to have when you start living alone is that you get to know yourself much more better. When you live with people or when you're surrounded by things, your main goal comes to deflect. You pick around from this person, you kind of imitate, and learn a whole lot. This one is saying this to you, this one is saying this to you. I don't know how to narrow down to this, but when you tend to live alone, personally sink deep into yourself, you know what you want, know what is going to be good for you. Think about yourself, do research, anything just to improve yourself. I don't know if you guys are trying to get me, but that's one good thing about living alone. You tend to know yourself much more better how to take care of yourself. Okay, now so let's get to the point where finding an apartment is so hard, specifically in Ghana. Well, as the economic says, when there is more demand or higher the demand, limited the supply. A lot of people would like to move out of their comfort zone, just like you and I, as we are planning to live alone. Sometimes, not just by rule, work do transfer a lot of people. So this also causes demand rate to increase. And then there are limited space. People want to live close to their workplaces. People want to live close to, basic amenities that wouldn't let them struggle there's a good road network. You and I, everybody want the good side of life, right? There's no way you would like to live in a deserted place. If everybody's looking into this factor, definitely there's going to be a high demand on this good areas. That is one of the reasons why it's so hard to find an apartment of your choice, considering these factors that would help you. And another thing that makes it so hard is that the prices don't match the quality. Just imagine you would like to be in a chamber and hall self-contained with your toilet and bath inside with a moderate kitchen. And the prices are outrageous due to the high rate of demand. Landlords tend to increase the prices over 2,000 thousand. I think the least for you to go for a chamber and hall, if you are lucky. If you are lucky, that one I don't know if you're going to consider the fact that you have a good road network. It's like 800, 850, 900. Because where are we heading to? Two-bedroom house. I don't know once you talk about it. Even if you are paying for that huge amount, the choice of tiles, the structure, how the kitchen, the maintenance. If you're lucky to get a new one, then okay. For me, I was lucky. This space wasn't new, but it was really well kept. The walls, the painting, I had nothing to do with painting. I just had to maintain because I like how the space is. If you guys want to see the full video of my room, you should check out my apartment tour. So another major problem here is agents showing you the things differently from what you've agreed on. It's what I went through. But I didn't give them the chance to take me to further. Just within a day, I was already tired and done with them. So now the emotional and the combination of financial stress is one of the hard ways that comes up with when you're finding an apartment in Ghana. Movement, sightseeing, and everything comes with financial constraints too as well, which eventually leads to emotional stress. So now let's move straight to ways we can maneuver, the practical ways to ensure that we kind of eliminate or deal with the stress that comes along. First of all, in dealing with an agent, you need to be very clear and specific before you move things forward. Even before meeting him, just be clear. Have a clear mind on how you're going to meet up and how your payment structure is going to be like. Now, say you need to confirm the prices, the exact locations, and agree on the exact commission. If you had to bargain to, go on ahead and do so before you get to your apartment. Again, don't be rushed. I know you're having the urge and the yearn to leave alone and also experience your new home and all of that, but just calm down at the right time. You're gonna get it. Because now let's emphasize on the fact that you need to be specific with this important tips. This one you need to jot them down in case you forget. Road accessibility, the light situations, the noise in the environment, because there's no way you and I will be comfortable living close to a fuel station, washing bay, or even you're so close to the market area. So take note of that. Sometimes these nice houses, so unfortunately, are situated around most of those areas. So you need to be precise in whatever you want before anything begins. Me, I was extremely precise about the location and then my transportation mode. I didn't even want to be closer to work, but at least my mode of transportation should be safe. Onto the safety tips. As a woman, you always need to do a neighborhood check. That is when you're interested in this particular apartment. This, I don't want to limit it to just women. Even men alone are nowadays at risk of being harmed. You need to do a thorough check of the neighborhood. How are people there? Because sometimes when you enter into a neighborhood, you can at least judge on how this area is going to be. If it's quiet, serene, you know that there's definitely going to be a peace of mind, and security is kind of okay. You can walk around, you can jog, and then come back to your own abode. You can judge by that. And there are certain areas you know what's up. During your neighboring check, you have to consider the lightning systems around. To also consider the fact that how is the gates locked, systems, the securities around, are the cameras, are the walls fenced. You have to consider the fact that you are also safe within your compound and not just around. Above all, trust your instinct. If your instinct is telling you this place is okay, but I'm not sure I'm gonna be okay deep within staying here, probably this and this is most likely to happen. Girl, don't ignore that. Never ignore your instinct. Now, considering your movement and planning, you will need to budget transportation. Try as much as possible to view multiple places in this particular area that you've been to. Do not lose guard and take break while you're tired. Don't stress yourself or break down. Now, onto our final thoughts. What I have for you is do not rush. always choose your peace over any aesthetics. And bear in mind that this phase is also part of growth process. And in the end, it's gonna be worth it. So if this is part of you or part of your intentions to move out this year, plan to live alone, or just understand how this whole process works, take your time and rewatch this video. Pinpoint down, do all your researches, and then do so well not to stress out in getting that particular place that you want. Until then, see you guys in my next video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the notification down below to get notified anytime I upload a new video here. And thank you guys for watching this video. It's a bye for now.